Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your reading for the week of February 27th through March 3rd, 2024. This is a reading if you're a Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, or have some other significant Cancer placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. I do hope that this reading is helpful to you. And if you're returning to this channel, welcome back. I'm always hoping that this is a good reading for you for the week, that any challenges presented, that we have good information about overcoming them. This reading is a general reading, and I do what they call a full horoscope spread. So the point of doing the horoscope spread is that we look at as many aspects of your current situation as possible. Because it is an astrological spread, not all aspects of every house are going to apply to you. So take the things that resonate and leave the things that don't. So for instance, in the house of children and love affairs, if you're married and have no kids, those particular aspects of this house are not going to apply to you, probably. So, so those would not be the things that have anything to do with you. But because this is not an individual reading, it is a general one. So we're going to look at all the possibilities for each of these houses. And this way we cover more than, sometimes there are very specific messages that will come up, but that way we're not just focused on love or just focused on career. We can look at the big picture. I have links in the description below to my website, my social media, my PayPal donation link, and all of those kinds of things are down there if that is of interest to anyone. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, leave me a comment if you choose, and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't. Hit the notification bell. I may be changing the timing of when I do these videos, so if you do that, then you will know when a new video is coming out, if I have to make some changes there. When I use, as I mentioned, this is a horoscope spread. The decks that I use are the Way of Cartouche deck by Murray Hope, and then I clarify with a tarot reading, and the deck I'm clarifying with this week is the Spirit Within Tarot. And then I will pull a card for an oracle card at the end, just to kind of pull everything together. And the one I'm using this week is the Black Moon astrology cards. So, okay, so let's start at the beginning here. Okay, so first house, this is Aries energy. This is you, how you present yourself to the world, how you want others to see you. Okay, so Cancer, you are definitely showing two faces to people. You've got the Lovers here. So, this could indicate that you are reflecting the personality of another person, but with the Sphinx card, the Sphinx is about withdrawing. It's about secrets, about not showing things to people. It could also be about you discovering things about yourself as well. Maybe you are in a mode of reinvention or self-discovery, or having shifts or your identity being transformed in some way. So you may be with the Lovers here, which is a card it's a Gemini card. So there's like this choice energy, there's this two-sided energy. And so I think you may be maybe putting one face on to the public, and then privately maybe you are maybe showing a different side of yourself to those who are closer to you. So we'll see why that might be the case as we move through here. Second house has to do with finances. It's Taurus energy. So it has to do with money, possessions, your values. Okay, so you have the Five of Wands with winged disc. Five of Wands tells me that there has been some kind of conflict or struggle around money. Now, this could be a lot of times when we're talking about a struggle, it could be competition for resources. Maybe there's money you're trying to get, and maybe you're in competition with others. There could also be other people involved telling you how to spend your money or what you should spend it on. Okay? Now, the Five of Wands is not a major arcana. It is also generally, like, you see people kind of like playing with sticks here. So this is more like sport and less like something that is, where there's a major battle and major defeats. It's not a card of major crisis. It's just a matter of annoying people kind of getting in the way, or just sometimes not even annoying. Sometimes it's just friendly competition, okay? So take it as it resonates here. Either whatever it is, you have the winged disc here. So the winged disc says difficulties will be overcome. Whatever this is here, you will be victorious in the end. So so very good omen financially, especially if you have been struggling with things lately. Third house is Gemini energy. So this has to do with communication, self-effort. So if you have your own business, this would be about that. Short distance travel. And messages that go back and forth. This has to do more with day-to-day or practical messages and not deep thought, okay? But you can have to do with writing, contracts, commerce, things like that fit into this house as well as sibling relationships, brother-sister relationships. So we have Ta with the Five of Cups. So Ta is definitely the strong Capricorn energy with this. Definitely, and very strong masculine energy too. So this could refer to a man for some of you. But there seems to be messages that are going back and forth. But there, again, this could have to do with business in the sense that Ta would have to do with building something or trying to craft something. So this may be about communication being key to building a business, for example. Or it may be communication between siblings if there may be something you are working on with a brother or sister in partnership with them. That is possible for some people. Now we have this card with the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is sort of like loss or regret. There's a need to let go of something. So I don't know. So this to me indicates, when you look at the Five of Cups, you see the person who's looking at the spilled cups. There is a cup that remains. And as we see here, there's still a bridge over here where this person can cross over to the other side if they would not focus on the spilled cups. We all need a period of time to focus on those spilled cups. And as a Cancer, you're a very emotional sign. So it may be harder to let go of emotions in situations than it is for people perhaps who are of an air sign or maybe even of an earth sign disposition. But nonetheless, there's this idea of letting go of something and working on letting go of the past of something, some kind of emotional situation, whether it be a lost love, whether it be just some other emotionally dramatic situation that you want to let go of. And Ta would be certainly saying to focus more on your work and on building a good solid foundation for whatever it is that you're doing. So there may be messages that bring certain kinds of maybe you're either going around and around in a circle with the same thing over and over again, or maybe there has been a message about something that is ending. So whatever it is, this is definitely a sense of letting go of the past and moving towards building something new here and building something strong and solid. Okay. This is your fourth house now. This is Cancer energy. It's your own energy. This is family situations. This is your home, your physical home. It can also be your sense of being at home. Sometimes this has to do with the mother. Okay, so we have Thoth with the Three of Pentacles. Now, Thoth comes up usually, there's a very strong karmic inflection of Thoth. And again, it depends on the house where it shows up. Sometimes Thoth can bring legal matters, but usually it's a favorable card for that. It can also bring it can also be a card of, this is a card of spiritual healing and also of karmic good turns is what I call them. So in other words, somebody who comes into a situation who is able to help, somebody who comes to do you a good turn. It's sort of like a karmic payback for maybe the good that you've done to others and may or may not have been rewarded for. This has almost the element of somebody, a karmic good turn happening connected to your home or maybe a family situation. And, excuse me, you have it with the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles, again, there's this idea of collaboration and building. I mean, you've got Ta over here as well. For some of you, this could be that you're building a business from home, because this is in your home sector. This could also be about help or collaboration with somebody in the family. Okay, that's possible as well. If you have anybody in the family who is ill, say, for example, the mother, this may be indicating, again, there's this kind of third-party energy. It could be bringing somebody into the home to help out with the situation, or there may be a collaboration among family members to resolve something. Whatever it is, I feel like there may be there's something going on in this sector related to your physical home or to your family that is Thoth also has this element of karmic in the sense of something happening when it's supposed to. I think that's the best way I can put it. Something that may be occurring because it is the right time for it to occur. Okay, and whatever this is, and again, it's not a negative thing. It's just something. Sometimes it's being in the right place at the right time, or just having the right thing happen. And with the Three of Pentacles, there's definitely this sense of collaborating or working with others on something. But there's a strong financial component and sometimes a strong business component to this collaboration as well, or at least working on some kind of a project or building something together. So interesting. Thoth is card number 5, whereas the 5 of, you have the 5 of Cups next door to it over here. And you've got the 5 of Wands over here. So yeah, there definitely seems to be some struggles around things going on in the home, potentially with the family, and maybe with money and with building business here, because you've got these 5s. You got 5, 5, and then you've got another 5. So yeah, 5s have to do with that period of struggle that we get to before we reach calmer waters or before we reach a better place. Let me see if you have any other 5s in here. I'm just looking to see. You've got Pyramid, 2 plus 3 adds up to 5. Yeah, that's the only other one I see at the moment, but okay. Let's move on to the 5th house. This is Leo energy. Leo is about creativity, children, love affairs, potentially with recreation, things you do for recreation. And you have the sun and water. Hey, maybe some of you are going to a sunny destination far away to for some leisure time. You know, this would be more about going on a vacation than about any kind of other serious work. But if that's not on the table, then water indicates a situation that's moving or changeable, like a situation where you have to go with the flow. So if this applies to a love affair, it could be a changeable situation. Maybe it's something where if something's been stagnant, then this would suggest that it's moving again. This would suggest that there are emotions connected to a particular situation, because water has a very strong emotional component to it. And it also can indicate a situation that's still kind of like this, like, you know, maybe it's going to happen, maybe it's not, or, you know, it could ebb and flow in terms of, you know, rather than solidly knowing exactly where something is going. It still could just be in flux right now. But we do have it with the sun. So the sun is Leo energy also in the Leo house, which is good. And this is the happiest card in the tarot deck, so, or at least one of them. And the sun is about, you know, shines brightly. This is something that brings clarity to a situation, brings happiness. So if you're talking about a love affair, then this certainly seems like something that maybe is still moving or changing right now, but it has the potential to bring great happiness. Sun can also bring children, and this is the house of children. So for some of you, there could be a pregnancy in the offing. Again, that's going to be obviously not for everybody. In terms of a creative project, then yeah, again, this would indicate movement and change on a project, like flowing with things, maybe flowing with your inspiration, perhaps flowing with your feelings on something. And the sun indicates something that brings happiness. So perhaps if things have been a struggle here, yes, you do want to focus on perhaps your own creative work in this case. 6th house, this is Virgo energy. Virgo has to do with health, has to do with jobs in terms of service, employment you would have for others, or even volunteer work. And it can have to do with worry and anxiety as well. So we have fire with the 2 of Cups. So for some of you, perhaps there is a work partnership in the offing. Maybe some of you are in a relationship with somebody at work. But this can indicate somebody you know from work who becomes a romantic partner. Those are all possible. But I feel overall, like with fire and the 2 of Cups, whether this has to do with a situation of worry, something that you are concerned about, or whether this has to do with something connected to a job. Fire is definitely the sense of being inspired to, you know, coming up with a way to resolve any kinds of problems or struggles. It can just be a generally inspired or enduring kind of a situation. Okay, but this is about resolving, you know, this is about burning up the rubbish, so to speak, purifying a situation, getting rid of something. In a health manner, this might be that you might be choosing to do something like a detox or something like that. Now, again, I don't want to recommend anything health-wise in these readings. I'm not a doctor, so whatever's going on with you, obviously you want to make sure you're talking to your own physician, you know, if you are experiencing difficulties. But to me, I feel like fire here, there may be a situation that requires some kind of purification, purging, or maybe taking something out of your maybe of your diet, or maybe making a change of some kind. Some kind of a safe cleanse that you can do with something might be what's in order for certain situations. With cancer, you tend to, the sign of cancer, I mean, you tend to have stomach issues, and things with digestive tract tend to be a big thing. So I don't know. So for some of you, this may be about avoiding certain foods, or maybe, drinking more water, just doing something to, maybe purge out a lot of what you think of are things that might be toxic in your body. But again, once again, I'm not a doctor, and this is just what the cards seem to be potentially indicating. Now, with this Two of Cups here, there's definitely the idea of partnering with somebody. There's a romantic implication to the Two of Cups, which is why I say this could have to do with like a relationship at work or something like that. But Two of Cups can also just be somebody who you're partnering with, either in a job situation, maybe in a health situation. I mean, when I see partnerships in health, that could be like a personal trainer or a physical therapist, or somebody like that, but somebody who might be partnering with you. And I mean, mental health can fall into this too, because it is the house of worry. So there could be somebody that you are, this could just be somebody who's a very caring friend, or a therapist, or somebody who is able to help you resolve the issues that you have. So take it as it resonates. Seventh house, okay. This is Libra energy, so this is partnerships, this is marriages, this is contracts, business relationships, and things like that. Anything that has more of a legal bent to it, okay? The fifth house has to do with love affairs, romances, dating, things like that. This is about actual partnerships. If you are married, this may have to do with your spouse potentially. And if you are in a business partnership or a contract, similarly, that may be reflected here as well. If you are single, this could have to do, and you're interested in your prospects for marriage, or whether you're going to meet someone, this could tell you about your prospects right now as well. Okay, we got Seth. So there are problems or delays here. So maybe for some of you, there's a contractual relationship that's been delayed. Now, if I'm looking over at the Five of Cups here, this could be, like I said, this could be a romance. If the Queen of Swords is here, so Queen of Swords can indicate an ex. So there could be an ex who causes trouble if you're divorced. This could be, for some people, this could mean divorce, although I don't necessarily see a strong indicator of that here, but maybe perhaps for some of you, you are going through a divorce. So if that applies to you, then that might be the meaning for you here, because we do have the twins as the modifier here. And twins could also be somebody who's a Gemini who might be causing issues. I don't know. So whether this is you, whether this is your partner, I mean, if your marriage is stable and good and everything's fine, then this would indicate some other kind of partnership that maybe is connected to you or to your spouse that is problematic right now, or that you're experiencing some kind of delays in connection to it. For some of you, given that if you're interested in somebody and want to know about your prospects for marriage, Seth could be a no, but the fact that I see the sun down here and this changeability with water, I think that if there's somebody you're in a relationship with, this could just be saying, yes, things are moving, but there are still going to be delays, but ultimately there's still going to be a partnership here. Ooh, that's interesting. An American bluebird is now just sitting right outside my window. It just appeared. So, yeah, very interesting. In fact, two of them have appeared. So I think that's kind of good omen. But we do have Queen of Swords here. So there could be an ex, an influence of an ex, or a person from the past, or it could just be somebody who is just very cynical and closed off right now. Like maybe for some of you, like, yes, there is somebody who loves you or who is very interested in you, but maybe they have had a bad past experience, and so they're not really quite ready for this yet, but at some point they will be. That's another possible reading of this. If you're in a contractual relationship, yeah, this could literally be a person. This could be an air sign person, male or female. So that would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, who might potentially be causing a problem. Doesn't have to be, by the way. This could just be somebody maybe who's being very critical or clinical or cold or something, but there seems to be some kind of holdup here in connection to a partnership. So take that as it resonates. Eighth house is Scorpio energy. So this is about manifestations of transformations is what I mean. Transformations, big changes that you might be having, kind of the tenor of change in your life, and also potentially joint finances. Okay, so we have air with the Seven of Cups. So when the Seven of Cups appears, it seems almost like you're overwhelmed with too many possibilities. there's too many directions and maybe you don't know which way is the right way to go on something. You know, like I said, if something's lost, if you're rebuilding, if there's this idea of working with others, because there's definitely a strong vibe here of working with others. Seven of Cups may say, yeah, but I don't know who the right people are to work with and I don't know where to go. Or maybe there's something that you feel like you've been dealing with where maybe you haven't been seeing a situation clearly, or it seems like illusory to you. We do have this with the air. So air, when air shows up in the 8th or 12th house, this usually indicates strong messages coming from spirit, or they could be messages, if you're not a big believer in messages from spirit, certainly something that may be coming out of your unconscious mind. You may be having dreams. There may be some kind of message that your body mind might be trying to get through to you. Or your guides, and yeah, so there's definitely a strong communication element. Air also brings rapid change, and I think there's that that perhaps change is coming. The question is, you're not sure what the nature of it looks like yet. Seven of Cups in more modern parlance sometimes has to do with things that are virtual or online, so take that as it resonates. I don't know. I mean, that could be part of the options you're considering. You could be dealing with something that is being handled mostly in a virtual manner. But I feel more like this is just being overwhelmed with options here. 9th house is Sagittarius energy. Okay, so this is higher education. This is spirituality, deep beliefs, educational institutions, religious institutions, and also long-distance travel. Okay, so we have Pyramid with the 10 of Cups. So Pyramid indicates a test situation of some kind. Some situation where you feel challenged, and but there's definitely a sense that whatever it is, it's going to come out okay in the end. We certainly have it with the 10 of Cups, which is a wish card. This is 9 and 10 of Cups, along with the star, are the wish cards in the tarot deck. Now, 10 of Cups has a strong family inflection to it. So for some people, maybe this is about traveling to visit family, or maybe it's about some kind of a family situation coming to a successful and happy close, which will then perhaps end this test situation. Maybe it's going to open up travel. Maybe it's going to be a travel to, maybe it's a trip that might be a test. Okay, that's possible as well. But 10 of Cups definitely has this vibe of happy completion of something. Tens bring something to a close. So I feel like there's going to be a happy and successful completion to some kind of situation, either revolving around travel. Maybe it has to do with school or education. Maybe some of you are finally completing a degree or a course or writing a book or doing something in spite of the fact that maybe it's taken time and had some challenges. This does seem to indicate a happy ending to this and finally being able to finish something, or finishing a degree program or a certification or something. There's definitely this very expansive vibe that's connected to meeting challenges and finishing them successfully. 10th house is Capricorn energy. That is has to do with fame, reputation, your career, what your legacy, what you want to leave for people. Yeah, and you've got Scarab with the Chariot. Okay, so we're seeing some definite movement here. Chariot also can imply travel or trips. Doesn't have to, but the Chariot is somebody who, as you see, is on the move. I think, yeah, there's definitely a sense of taking control of something, and Scarab indicates new beginnings. So for some of you, perhaps this is a new job or new career, or just a new start with something that you're doing. For some of you, this may be creative, or may have to do something with education, because we're seeing all this movement and change here. And ultimately, whatever this change is, it does seem like it's going to lead to happiness. So Chariot, yeah, is definitely about getting things together. And again, this may involve some kind of travel. I'm just kind of glancing around here. You have a lot of sevens in this reading. You have the 7 of Cups. The Chariot is card 7. You have the Buckle of Isis in the center of your deck. That's card 25. 2 and 5 is 7. Right next to this, you have the Lotus. That's card 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. So, not sure if the number 7 is going to be significant here. You can take that as it resonates, whether it's something that's going to happen in 7 days, weeks, months, in the 7th month of July, possibly. 7's also, just as a more generally part of tarot symbolism, have to do with, we've kind of passed the initial challenges that we see of the 5s, because we've got these 5s down here that I think I mentioned. You've got 3 5s in this kind of financial communication sector. And the 7s are about they're further along. You're still progressed, but this is like the next, maybe the final layer of challenges, really, before you make a final decision on something. So that would be what the sevens have to do with in a more symbolic way. But yeah, because things on the Chariot constellation are about the decisions that we have to make to change and to move ahead. So yeah, so I think you are definitely in a situation here where you are, yeah, big change is coming, definitely with connection to your career and your reputation. If I look back at the other houses, yeah, I feel like this is going to improve your money situation. I think it's going to allow you to look to your own work. I feel like there's definitely a need here, maybe not to focus on a relationship situation and more on your own work right now. And again, on perhaps working with others towards what it is you're trying to achieve. 11th house, this is Aquarius energy. Aquarius is about friendships, your social networks, business networks, and also about your goals and your destiny, really. You have Lotus with the King of Cups. Okay, the King of Cups is definitely your own energy here. This is somebody who is emotionally mature, someone who is in control of their emotions, and who's happy and who is able to enjoy life in spite of perhaps other things that may be going on. For some people, this could be a friend who is also a lover, because King of Cups does bring love. But in any case, we do have it with the Lotus card. So there's a sense of peaceful continuity here. What I'm getting in my head, for some of you, there could be a friendship where maybe you had some anxiety about whether or not this was still a viable friendship, and this would assure you that everything is continuing peacefully and that there is caring and affection here from a particular person. But overall, I just feel like this would be saying, spend time with friends who help you enjoy life, who are compassionate. King of Cups sometimes has to do with someone who restrains their emotions as well, like isn't necessarily showing it. This could be you. Maybe you're not showing your emotions with your friends because maybe you're dealing with an anxiety. Maybe there's something you're trying to sort out, because Lotus would indicate a need to calm the mind. And that definitely fits in with what's going on in the first house. So, but overall, though, I feel like there's a sense here that, you know, with regard to the direction you're moving in and the relationships you have, I think there's a sense of don't worry. And King of Cups, whether this is you or somebody else, I feel like this could be just somebody who's in your corner. The fact that we are opposite the, this is opposite the 5th house, which is, we've got the sun here. I mean, we've got some, and we've got the water card. This just strikes me as just some very positive energy and very positive help that may be coming from within your friend group. And finally, we have Pisces energy. This is the 12th house. 12th house is about what you're afraid of, what you don't, you know, maybe what you're repressing, what you don't see. It's certainly what you don't show to people. Okay, and you have Anubis with the 4 of Pentacles. So the 4 of Pentacles has this attitude of wanting to hang on to what you've got. And Anubis is a card of protection. So strong protective energy here. And you are a very sensitive soul, Cancer, so I think you might be in protection mode right now, saying like, I need to, you know, put a little, you know, surround myself with a little fortress or a little box or something, because I'm emotionally exhausted and right now I'm just worried about attaining stability here. And you may also be concerned about being protected in a particular situation. The fact that it's showing up in the 12th house here, I mean, yeah, sometimes this is the house of hidden enemies and things that, you know, we're afraid. So we may be just kind of staying put right now. But we're definitely not staying in 4 energy. We see 5 energy, we see 7 energy. We see you moving towards, and then eventually towards this 10 of Cups energy. You're definitely meant to be moving ahead, and I think this is telling you not to have that kind of fear. Yeah, because overall you have the Buckle of Isis with the Queen of Wands. I mean, Queen of Wands means you are admired, you are recognized, people seek you out, people see you as a leader, and you are ambitious, and you can achieve what you want. Buckle of Isis says that the work that you're doing is going to be rewarded. Buckle of Isis is there's always a sense of, you know, if I think about it with the suns, for some people this could literally have to do with giving birth to a child, but I think more as an overall, it's just saying, no, you may be working hard at something, you may be having some doubts about where things are going, but again, we have the 7, 2 plus 5 is 7, this is a 7. It's saying, no, you are definitely moving in the right direction, and you are going to see results. Now let's see what the Black Moon astrology cards have to say this week. I'm gonna shuffle these on my lap. I've gotta figure out why my table moves so much here. Because as far as I know, I have things stabilized, but maybe something is loose. but it tends to shake everything, including the camera, if I shuffle on my table. So, okay. So let's do, let's see what you need to know here. Okay, what does Cancer need to know for the week of February 27th through March 3rd? Just need one card. Wow, okay, two popped out. So we have the 7th house card and we have the solar eclipse card. Now, solar eclipse brings major changes. It closes doors and opens other ones. This may even be connected to eclipses that happened. There was a set of eclipses that happened in October, November, and there are more eclipses coming up sort of the end of April to the beginning of May. So maybe that's the time frame that we're looking at here. But you have this idea of partnership here. So I don't know. Now, the fact that you've got this this in your partnership sector in the 7th house, okay, and you have it with the solar eclipse, this could be saying that there's about to be some kind of unexpected shift or something that feels cataclysmic or feels like something's coming to an end. But solar eclipse brings about, it has almost a tower energy to it. It brings down things that are not working, and it allows us new opportunities. It closes out old opportunities and brings revolution. I mean, this is a card of revolution. So this is definitely a sense of, this could be a partnership that revolutionizes things. Whatever it is, there's definitely a strong feeling of the unexpected here, and what's things that are going to change perhaps very, very rapidly. But I also feel like with this showing up here, there could be some partnerships that are very, very significant as well. But it's showing up in your 7th house, so this is definitely a house of partnering with others, working with others, whether this has to do with a spouse or a lover, or whether this has to do with somebody that you are simply working with towards some business venture or some other kind of creative goal. So take all that as it resonates. Thank you so much for watching this week, Cancer. I hope this reading was helpful. Please do give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you choose, and if you subscribe to the channel, you will know if I have to switch my schedule up, you will always know when the new readings come out. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.